Hi, we're going to do the butterfly, the big butterfly. It is a representation of a monarch butterfly, but these are the exact pattern of a monarch butterfly, but it's simple and easy, just a demonstration. This is really for skills, right? Anytime you get to make a decision about what you're going to paint or what you're going to do with the paint, that's really the act of art, right? Being an artist. But this is skill building that you'll be able to use for other ideas that you have when you'll be able to use these skills in your art. So we're going to paint the background first, turquoise, right? And I'm going to show you how to outline it so it doesn't get all over inside everything. Then we'll paint these little windows, and we're going to try to make them fade, right? So we want them to blend, so it's bright. Oh, here's her little heart. So they're always brightest, closest to her heart, and darkest on the ends, right? So it looks like she's glowing, like her heart is glowing. Then we will outline it in black, and you can't put the black on there until after you've done the windows, because if any black gets in your paintbrush or inside your windows while the paint is wet, it will just turn gray and it's not cleanable. You can't fix it. So we're going to do the black last, like on top, and then it makes your colors really, really bold with the black on there. And then the black looks really dense. But once you put the little decorations on the outside with the white dots, it brightens the black and you get this high contrast. So let me show you on the color wheel. The reason why this is so attractive is because turquoise is here, right? And then orange and red and yellow are directly opposite from the turquoise. So that way your brain goes, ooh, it's high contrast, right? They're opposites. So we're going to, and I have two examples. So this one, and I'll hold it up close. You can see it has little feathery scratchy marks, right? That's the little tiny paintbrush doing that. And then we have this that I did with my finger, which is also fun, right? But look how much bigger and how much bigger globs of paint get moved around when you do this, right? So it's just more intense. And the goal is to always you can't see the line where two colors meet. You always go like this so that, oh, here's orange and here's yellow, but right where yellow and orange meet is a brand new color. So there is no line. So you try to keep it disappear so it turns into nothing. Basically running out of paint inside of another color of wet paint. Well, it will just fade away like that. But that doesn't make sense because you haven't done it yet. And I won't show the whole demonstration. So I'm going to show like just this section of the window. We'll do the background, right? And then this section of the windows and maybe the bottoms. And then I'll just pause, right? Pause the video. You pause. You just, because look at, these are all the same. You don't want to listen to me talk, right? So you just go and do those at your own leisure. And then when you're ready, turn it back on and I will have already finished mine. And then we'll do the black together. Watch me do the black. And then you do the black. And then if I go too fast, you can just push pause, tell me to stop. Or if you already finished and I'm still talking, you can fast forward, right? So here's the original. It's just a shape. So art is usually the shape, color, and texture. So the color is, we already saw the colors, but the texture is if you use your finger to blend, right? Or if you use the tiny paintbrush. So here's the paintbrushes we use. This big paintbrush is for the whole background, right? That's all she's good for. And then this bigger one is for outlining the black here, right? And outlining everything. She can push and pull. Look, I can smash her, and she gets way bigger when you smash her, right? Smash. And then you push and pull the paint. The black's see-through, so you have to paint it twice. And then itty bitty paintbrush, she'll be doing this all the windows. And then when I outline everything, it's the exact size of the lines in between, right? So we're going to start with the biggest paintbrush, and you need your turquoise paint. Yay, turquoise. And this is how you outline with paint. Whenever you get, you don't outline with the whole paintbrush. When you get your paint, you go smash and your paintbrush opens, and then you sneak up and you let one hair touch the outline, and then you make a nice, like a little 2 fingers worth of whole paintbrush outline. That's going to protect your butterfly, and we put it nice and thick. So then when we do paint the rest of the background, the butterfly's safe because we have outlined it. So I'll just get I just stab my turquoise, but I touch the side of the cup because this paint's kind of thin. And I just smash, right? I smash my paintbrush like this, and then I sneak up, whoop, 1 hair. And I don't scribble. That's for crayons and pencils and colored pencils and pens. I just push my paint like that. And then when it turns dry, I don't wiggle and try to get more paint out of it. I push my paint like a bulldozer. And then, you know how a bulldozer pushes the sand? And then on either side there's a pile of sand? That's what we're using. So I get a poke more paint, stab, and then smash, sneak up, 1 hair. Okay, now you do it. Remember, if I go too fast at any time and I get ahead of you, you can push pause. I'm just going to outline. What if I get a little bit on the butterfly? Is it bad? No, because we're going to put the black on top of the turquoise background, so the butterfly's in front of the background, right? That's why we do the black last. I smash and let one hair. And then once you prove it to yourself that outlining is not scary, you're not going to hurt anything because you're not looking at the whole paintbrush, just 1 hair of the paintbrush, then you're confident, goes, oh, I proved it to myself. It's true. I can do this easy. But you're just staring going, oh no, I'm going to ruin it, until you do it yourself, and then your brain's like, but that's because you're on Earth, and Earth is a learning planet. You don't know anything. Okay, now that I've outlined it, I know I went faster than you. How come I went faster? Because this is a skill I already have. No learning curve for me. So you're going to go slower because you're on learning curve. So you can pause me, and so you can catch up, or you just keep playing. And then I just go and paint the whole background. You can paint your sides too if you want. Not required. And do you know what turquoise is? If you didn't have turquoise, it's baby blue. It's never dark blue, too harsh. And a panther green, not baby green, not dark green. It's almost like an emerald green, because you just imagine the ocean, right? Emerald green and a baby blue and white make turquoise. And if you look at this color, you can see like green and blue at the same time. And then you're like, oh, it's true. Okay, so you hear it scratch. There is no paint on my paintbrush. So once you outline it, you can just scribble, nobody cares, right? But everywhere that I put it on thin is going to be all see-through-y. Like that. Wherever I put it on thicker, look, that's see-through too. That's a little thicker, right? So I'm going to go and put a second coat on there. And now that my first coat's on there, now I'm going to put it on thicker and smoother, softer. And then it won't have any see-through parts, right? 2 coats. So now I just get more paint. And I'm more generous now because I'm just going to be all smoothing, and I'm just putting gentle, because if I push hard, it will scratch the tip, will scratch the food off. So I feel like I'm smoothing with the side of my paintbrush more than the tip of the paintbrush, like I'm peanut buttering it on. Oh, look at the white peek through. Not enough paint. Oh, there, nice and peanut butter. How come I don't have to redo that outline we did? Because we put it on all nice and thick and smooth. And I can see the white starting to show through. And acrylic paint, the word acrylic literally means plastic. So this is liquid plastic. So we haven't had it very long, and we don't even know how long these colors are going to last because it's new. Oil paints, we know, last hundreds of years, right? Acrylic, you know, like plastic toys outside, once they get the sun, the color fades. So a lot of people, when they buy a nice acrylic painting, they'll put it behind UV protective glass just because we don't really, we know that UV damages plastic. Oil paints are something totally different, but oil paints take up to 5 days to dry, and that's because it's not drying, it's actually a chemical reaction, it's curing. Look at that reflection. Whoa! Pretty. Neato. Okay, now I'm going to get my, you could push pause and catch up with me. And this is when we're all done with this paintbrush. Now we're going to do the windows. And I call them windows because they remind me of stained glass. And they look like little stained glass windows. And we use a little paintbrush. And I use the side of the paintbrush more than the tip of the paintbrush. The side of the paintbrush is actually like really big, right? Shove, shove, shove. But then the tip of the paintbrush is so delicate, right? So what we're gonna do is I get the, and watch me do one first, then you try it, right? But if I get this, let's say this one, if I get it all wet inside the window with white paint on purpose, so that white will tell my colors to calm down, because white paint is actually white pigment in a white gel that turns clear like Elmer's glue. So you think, oh, it's too light, I hate it. Then it dries and it darkens. You're like, yes. But we want it to go, if let's say I paint it all white, and then I put yellow right at halfway, no, a third of the way, and then I push it, it's very yellow at first, then I cut off the bottom of that, and it's less yellow, yes, no yellow at all, white. And then I just repeat that process all 3 times, hoping not, there's a nice perfect line right there, bad. What I wanted is it to have no lines where you can't see the line where I start and stop a color. It's more disappearing, more faded, right, blended. So I'm gonna get my white paint. I just stab it, right? And let me do this one. And how do I outline with paint again? I land inside the window, smash, and let one hair, because mostly I'm just protecting the black outline because I won't remember where it goes if I paint over it. So I'm just gonna protect it. And right now I'm doing white on white, which is impossible for you to see. So you just, and then it's all lumpy, and I don't even care. And I just go side of my paintbrush and get it all wet inside of the window I'm doing. Let me show you how shiny. See, she's shiny. Right? It's all shiny in the little window. And if it starts to dry, they'll just be darker. No worries. So now I need yellow, orange, and this pink, right? This is a Panther red, but I like to call her pink because when she mixes with white, she's like the perfect color of pink ever. So I'm gonna get my yellow, and it's basically, because this one's big and tall, it's 3 fingers of yellow, 3 fingers of orange, and 3 fingers of pink. But then if the object is smaller, maybe 2 and 2, right? Just so we're like in thirdsies. But let me show you. So I'm going to poke with my dirty little paint. Hey, there's a hair. A little loose piece of... So I just went poke. I didn't stab it hard. I just went poke, right? And I'm going to put it at right at 3 fingers. I'm going to drop off the paint. Get off my paintbrush. There. That's like a globule, right? But this is just the color I'm going to play with. I just wanted it off my paintbrush. Now I'm going to scooch it in tiny little rows, closer and closer to the heart of the butterfly. And I just go scribbly. Oh, okay. It's like 1 finger big. But now I'm not going to touch that anymore. I'm going to grab the bottom of that yellow, and so the wet white paint will eat up more yellow and become like a lemony yellow. It's even lighter. And I'm doing it super soft. Because I want to, I go down like I'm floating on top of the paint. And then I cut that off, and it's even less, and I run out. Because how many color values do you need for 3D? 3, dark, medium, light. On purpose, I ran out of paint. Then I would like to do the halfway color because I'm about to do orange, right? But if I put too much orange is a lot of pigment and it'll just climb all over your yellow. So I get the orange and I just like get a little tiny a speck, right? And I just go put it on top of the yellow. Right? It's just baby yellow, baby orange. Now I'm going to push that down and see how far I could go. So now it's very orangey yellow. And then less orangey yellow. And less. And less. And less. I can even use my finger to tell it to smooth out a little. There. Because I didn't like all those stripes. And then, dirty little paintbrush, don't care because it will make a kaleidoscope of colors. Now I can poke my orange a little bit harder. Right, I got more. And I'm going to go, where does that go? 3 fingers above that. Whoosh, get off my paintbrush. Right? And I just go scribbly. Oh, very orange. Then the next row should be less orange. Oh, there's yellow from my paintbrush. And then less yellow. And then, oh, let me go one more row. Because look at that, it's like a perfect line right there. Ugly. Let's just ruin that a little bit. Oh, super soft. Now you can't see the line. Now I'm going to do the pink section, but orange and pink are touching. So I'm going to get my pink or red, whatever you want to call it, speck. Oh, there's that itty bitty speck on the end. As teeny as I can, right? And then an orange pink is so pretty. But I'm just going to wipe it off on the top. Whoosh. Oh, and then make orangey pink. And look how quickly she disappears into orange. Now I have my transition color. Now dirty paintbrush and all, because this little kaleidoscope of colors will make it more interesting pinky orange. So like now I can get a polka pink. And where does she go? And it's a deeper, like I pushed it inside the paint harder to get more. I just go whoosh, right? So it's very pink. Now I'm going to go very pink. Not very pink. Oh, look at the yellows peeking through. Not very pink. Mixing it with orange. Disappear, and I can go lower and lower and lower until she disappears. And I'm super soft. Like I can, look at, I see a stripe. Touch it just a little bit. There. I just don't like I don't like it when they stack up like flags and it's all perfect. I try to ruin so it's not perfectly straight. They're more regularly where they meet. So how many color values do I have? Dark, medium, light, and then within those colors, dark, medium, light, dark, medium, light, dark, medium, light. Neat! Looks like fire. So I clean my paintbrush. To clean our paintbrush, we don't need water. Because we're using all the same colors over and over. Just a paper towel. Just give it a little pinch. Because I'm going to go get white again to do another window. Remember, push pause whenever you need to. Because I just showed you and you watched me do it, and then now you got to do it. But if I just stand here absolutely silent while you do that, oh, let me tell you, if you cover your device that you're using with saran wrap, because you get paint on your hands, I don't know how, just paint. Then you'll keep touching, your device to pause and start and pause and start, and you'll get it on your device. So you just put saran wrap on the keyboard, if you can use the space bar or whatever, right? And it won't hurt nothing and it will still work. So now I get the white and I'll do another one. I'm just going to do this section and this section and then push pause and then do it all by myself really fast. And then so you can do it at your leisure because it's the same idea. So now I'm going to get it wet with white inside. Let's do this one. Whoop. I'm in. Oh, you can see it better now. I'm inside because it has a little bit of dirt, a little bit of, not dirt, a little extra paint in my paintbrush. There. And it's lumpy. Do I care? No. Because where it's a little thicker of white paint will be a little brighter. Acrylic paint dries completely flat when it's dry, so you don't have to worry about having lumpy paint, because when it evaporates, it's completely flat and leaves just, so you're like, oh no, it's all lumpy, let me keep touching it and smoothing it. You don't need to do that. So now I'm going to get to the yellow part, so I touch my yellow. Whoop. How much yellow? I don't know. The only way to learn is by doing it, then making an adjustment, right? So like I say, a poke, but you won't know until you do it, and then you're constantly making little adjustments as you do it. Well, this one's, can't do 3 fingers, 3 fingers, 3 fingers, huh? So maybe 2 fingers. And then but I'm always going towards her heart, right? So now I'm going like sideways towards her heart. So it's very yellow. Then I cut the bottom of that off and it's less yellow, run out. Now you do it. And can I go back? What if I go back and keep touching it? What color will I get? One color of yellow. You're actually on purpose trying to run out of the color inside of the wet white. Does that make sense? I'm trying to run out of paint. That color. And then I get a teeny tiny poke of orange. Oh, that was way too much. Oh well, I'll just try. I went too hard. But if I drop it off like this, super soft, and then clean my paintbrush so I'm not adding this extra orange on there, then it'll be fine. So I went too much into there. Now I'm gonna make that baby orangey yellow. So I go scribbly, scribbly, scribbly. Oh, pretty. And then cut that in half. And I'm running out of orange, running out of orange, running out of orange, running out. And I do that really soft. I'm floating on top of the paint, just on top of the paint. And then I'm gonna get orange. Remember, you push pause or watch me do it, and then you just turn me off completely and do all the windows yourself, right? You're in charge. And then I would like to do an orange section. So at a half of this, right, would be like, oh, because I like to leave the end for the pink. And I just push. It's very orange. And my white is still wet, right? Oh, so I'm mixing. And it's because, oh, look, I landed in the color. Now they bumped into each other. And they became the same color. But it's dark orange, medium, lighter, lighter, gone. Now I'm going to use the pink. How much pink? Because I'm making a little tiny transition world. So I get a little poke of pink. I do that for safety because I could put the pink back here and walk it up all the way through the orange, but I've made mistakes where I got too much pink and I couldn't undo it. So this is the alternative. So now I'm going to make pinky orange. Rock on. Let it disappear. Oh, only two. Oh, little tiny wiggles disappeared because orange and pink are so close together on the color wheel. Now I can get pink and put it in the very back, whoosh, and then very pink in the back, and I get closer, and now I made orangey pink where they touch, and I let them climb on top of each other. I don't just go like that, right? I let them, ooh, a new color happens. I clean my paintbrush. And then push pause when you need to. And then I'm gonna get the white paint and fill in this one. Or you just watch me, you just paint while I do this section. You just paint at your leisure. Because once you understand it, we're just repeating for skills' sake how to do a blend. So all these little windows are, I'm learning how to blend, It's like a fade. I'm learning. And from this day forward, after you've done this many times, your brain will be able to use colored pencils in this way. You can't do markers because they don't make new colors. They just paint on top of each other, right? But watercolors, trickier because they like to make mud really fast. You know, they turn brown. And then, what else? crayons. You can overlap crayons. So I just painted it white. I get a little poke of yellow, and a third of the way, it's just a guessy. And then it's very yellow, not very yellow, running out of yellow, all gone. And then a tiny little poke of orange. You guys already know what to do because you've done it. And a little bit of orange. And then, oh, I still have orange left on my paintbrush. I just wanted to put that much, so I'm going to wipe it off. Extra, get off my paintbrush. And then, now I can go orange, less orange, less orange, totally running out. Gone. Now I can do the orange section. Whoosh. It's very orange, not very orange. Oh, now I'm scribbling. You're pushing your color, pull your color, push it. So I'm pulling the orange down and pushing the yellow back up into the orange. Like that. And then pink. Oh, now transitional world where orange and pink meet. So I get a speck. Last time I got too much. Speck of pink. Whoosh. And make my pinky orange. And I try not to make a straight line. I try to make it a little bit ratty so you can't see the edge. Like long, short, short, medium, long, long, short. And then I can get the pink. Whoosh. Very pink. And then make pinky orange. And I disappear the pink into the orange. Done. Now I can do this little one. Obviously she's just two. Clean my paintbrush, get my white paint. Oh, I can hear it's dry. There's not enough white paint. Stab really hard, and then scribbly. I can tell I'm missing spots because it sounds scratchy. There. Now I get a poke of yellow, poke, and then it's a third of the way. How come it's easier once you've done a few? Because your brain has learned it. A little poke of orange. Wipe off the extra. Look at very orangey yellow. Less, run out. And then I get the orange, poke a little harder so I can get the more on there, and then cut that in half. It's very orange, not very orange. Up, down, up, down. Now a tiny poke of pink to do that transition color, pinky orange, and then pure pink. Very pink, and then I push it down into the orange. Pretty, right? Now push pause, catch up with me. Okay, so when you're all done with that, you've obviously turned it back on, and now I have these 4, right? But they are upside down to what we did in our, right? So it's confusing because it's the brightest by her heart, bright. So we're kind of painting up, but it looks like fire. So I love it. So it goes the yellow scooching up, then the orange, then the pink, right? So I'll do these 4, and I'm just gonna get white paint. Yep. Oh yeah, I forgot. I remember why these 4 are so much faster. It's because now that I've done it, I can go faster, and I have a mastered sense of how to do it, so I can do it faster. And I don't have the learning curve, so I'm not, my critical mind's not picking out everything I need to change. Now I'm just doing it. So I just get my white paint, and I can outline. Oops, got it on the black. I want to keep the black. And then I fill that with white. Stab, outline this one. I can do all 4 at the same time. And it will just go so much faster. But I couldn't do that when I was learning because my brain wouldn't have been able to hold on to that. More paint. I can tell because it sounded scratchy. Slippery. All wet with white. But my black stayed. If I get a little on the black, easy, right? Because I'm painting over it with the black. Now I'm going to get yellow and go poke. And I just drop off at like a third or halfway. I go yellow, yellow. Oh, look at that. First swipe was very yellow, and that was already lighter. Okay, each one gets her own poke. Yellow, poke, yellow, poke, yellow. You forget how the white just eats up the color. Okay, now I'm going to go up, up, up. So I go scribbly, scribbly, scribbly. I could do one at a time, or I could do it this way. Let's see, one at a time. I pull this up halfway and pull that up halfway, and I'm running out of yellow, and running out of yellow. So I pull this up, 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 run out. Very yellow, not very yellow, running out of yellow. Oh God. Then I'm gonna get some orange, but I just need a little bit, a little tiny speck. And I go, smile for you, pet, smile for you, and a smile for you. Get the extra off. Now I go up, 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 higher, less, less. I'm running out, all gone. Less, 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 running out. And look at the interesting texture you've chosen. Do you go fast? Are you very delicate? Right? You decide by your style how much paint you use, how hard you are with your paintbrush. All that changes your style. And now I'm going to do the orange section. Poke. Orange, 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 orange. I can't put it on the bottom because it's for pink. And I go very orange. I'll sneak up. Oh, now I'm touching. Yay. But what am I looking out for? Perfectly straight lines. It's not a flag. So I intentionally kind of go back and scratch at the top or where they connect to make sure it's not a perfect stripe. Very ugly. So it'll look like this. We want it to look like that. Okay, then I get pink, pink. Pink for the bottom, the bottom, the bottom, bottom. Oh, and then I made pinky orange. I push up into the orange and pull it down into the pink. The party. Okay, now you can pause and catch up with me because I'm going to pause myself. So you don't have to watch me do the whole thing. You do it at your leisure because this is exactly like this. But you just turn off the videos. You don't have to listen to me drone on. And you do that at your leisure. Okay? Okay, so I finished. Obviously you're ready if you turned the video back on. But if you're not ready, so I finished both sides. But you know what's exciting to me is how different that. Well, it's drying. Look how much dark that is. Remember how the white is white gel with a little bit of white color in it? So the paint darkens as it dries, and this is brand new. But you know what else I like? I was very tiny with my paintbrush here. But when I did it by myself, because you guys weren't here, I did it super fast. And I love the texture that I did when I was a little bit more wild about it. It's fun. I like the texture. Texture is interesting, right? Okay, now we're going to outline it in black. I just clear my paintbrush, pinch. And I could put, oh, let me put the lids on because I can use this paint for, I could paint this same butterfly on some rocks and put them in my garden. And when I'm going walking with the dogs, I could drop them off randomly, like in the park and stuff. People will see them. Fun. Okay, there, I put the lids all on. Okay, now I just need blick. And this is what I want to show you. Once you get going, you could totally do this by yourself. But I can't scribble, right? That'll make a furry line. You'll be tempted. But you have to go poke, paint, and then your paintbrush folds like this and you push the paint. Right? Smooth line. Like that. You can't go scribbly scribbly. People do that and it looks all raggedy. So instead we poke our paint Well, this is a little paintbrush, so I can't hold enough paint to get all the way to the top, but it'll probably get halfway. So I'm just gonna drive on the little black line. It's like a little car. I just make it like that, and then all of a sudden halfway, it's see-through. So should I scribble and try to get more paint out of this little paintbrush? Nope. Poke your black, land, and push up again, just like that. And then I poke and drive, and poke and drive, and I just want to outline. And once I have the inside lines, the outside lines are super easy. And I just push. What if it's a little bit waggly? Look at this one, a little bit waggly. The lines are not perfectly straight. How come? Because a human made them, right? So you're like, oh my God, it doesn't matter. It's a butterfly. Push. More paint. Push. More paint. Push. And I don't wiggle. I just push and I shove the paint forward. I go around and bye. Now all those Sharpies are gone. Goodbye. I don't want to look at you anymore. Out of here. Whoosh. Push. Oh, look at it. It was all dry on the bottom. Should I be mad? No. Just get more paint. Do over. And I landed in white paint. It was still wet and it made gray. Whatever. I could do these. Ooh. Push. Should I scribble and do it all delicate? Nope. This paintbrush is the exact size that you need. As soon as you fold it over and start pushing, it's the exact size. Push. I do this with kindergartners, and because they've been usually end of the year kindergartners, not beginning of the year kindergartners, when they have way more control, hand and eye coordination, they have been tracing since, you know, to do their letters and numbers. So they are so good at this. Well, so are you, because that skill never left you. You're just tracing. Poke the paint and push. As soon as I run out, poke, land, and push. Drive your car. Push. Now, why am I faster at this than you? Am I smarter than you? Am I better than you? No. I've done it before. So what do I have? Talent? No. Talent are the decisions that you make. The art is the decisions you make about something. The skill is something that you do in your mind, in your hand, learned how to do it. Welding, art or a skill? It's a skill, you learn it, right? But then art would be using the welding to do something, create something, right? That's the difference. Okay, now, little paintbrush. Thank you, bye-bye. Now I can get the little square paintbrush, and her only job is, because she can hold more paint, so she'll be more efficient, and she's the exact size of some of these shapes, right? Where's my black? So now I need to outline my butterfly, and then whatever is left, white, then I just paint black. So I stab my paint and push. And what am I staring at? The whole paintbrush or the one little hair that is touching the background to make sure it's smooth? Poke. And look how much more paint she holds. She goes far. Why am I assuming it's a girl? I don't know. Stab, push, stab, push. I'm a bulldozer and I push my paint and the paint comes squishing out. Oops. On top of the turquoise, because the butterfly is in front of the background. And anytime you need to stop and push pause, you can. Now look at what's left. Everything white must go. So I just get more black and I go bye. And once I start doing this, it always surprises me, as I think I did such a good job painting it black. And then it starts to dry and I have all these see-through places. where the paint was thinner. Remember when we did the turquoise background, 2 coats? Just consider black the same. First I go over everything, trying to make it black, and then I go back, and then I go hunting for all the see-through places, make it darker and richer, or anywhere I actually touch some of the white paint from the little window, the little stained glass window. Then I made gray. Well, my second pass will take care of that. So I don't pause and think about it. I just keep going. And then I stab my paint. I'm holding my cup this whole time. How come? So I go poke, go, stab, and then push and shove and push and shove and push and shove. Whoop, whoop. Bye, white stuff. Those interesting little triangle pieces of black. Ew. How come I'm going faster than you? Done it before. Stop going. Why is it going so fast? You're going to pause whenever you feel rushed. Catch up. Fast forward. Pause. You're in control. Okay, and then you can't see it because of the glare from the above light, but wherever it's thin, it's totally see-through. Right? So I go, I already know that about black paint. So now, just like the background, I put it on thicker, like I'm smoothing. But the outline I did so thick that I probably won't have to do any outlines. But now I just go and I'm trying to use the flat part of my paintbrush, not the tip. It's just scratches. So I just go flat, flat. Someone needs to screen grab that. At the rain. People are gonna be like, what the heck? Why is he making that face? I'm demonstrating. Whatever. Okay, oh, there, I got it. I was doing it a little hard and I kept landing with the tip of my paintbrush and I saw that I was scratching, so it was softer. And then landing with this flat part of my paintbrush as best I can. Hunting all those little white parts that are peeking through. There's one, right? Super thick and soft, soft. First time for covering up. Second time is for smoothing. Putting on nice and inch. See? Landing scratches the paint off. So I'm trying to do it softer, softer, softer. Oh, going up is so much softer. I can't push as hard. I like that. Up. Look how soft that is. Whee! Repaint. Uh-oh. Look, I flicked paint. I'm just going to wipe it off with my finger. And after it dries, I'll put some turquoise on it. Not right now. It'll just make gray turquoise. But how do I know that? Because it's happened to me, and I completely ruin it by trying to put the paint on and rescuing it right away. And I'm like, oh, next time I'm going to remember not to do that. It's because I'm throwing the paint on this painting. There, way better. Okay, and go ahead and pause until you catch up with me. Just flattening my paint. Look, gentle, gentle, gentle. There. Oh. So you go ahead and push pause. And catch up with me. So if you're all done, we can do the little butterfly head. And I just use my finger to make, because it's a nice little round circle. And I can control it real easy. And then lick it off. Now, it's white on a napkin. And then, itty bitty baby paintbrush. Look at, she's full of black paint from when I did the outline. I'm actually going to clean it like this. Mostly, I'm going to use black again for the antenna. But pinching it actually makes her tinier and very pointy. And I don't need very much paint to do the antenna. I just got a little toss back just on the end. And I go straight up and curl like a 6 or a G. Straight up, whee! And no do-overs. So I just go, and then what if one is taller than the other one? So that's what butterflies do. They curl them up and pull them down. So that doesn't matter. Then push pause when you're done. Okay, now we're going to do the little dots, right? I'll show you. The black is still wet probably. So they will have a little bit of black, or they won't be fully firmed round. If I get nice round paint and go paint, poke, they're perfectly round and nice. When I start running out of paint, they change and get kind of gray. Or if I move my finger at all, it mixes with the black paint. So I just, and they're 2 fingers apart, right? Oh, it looks like 1 finger apart. But what's going to go in between each one of those? Well, if I put the white paint on with my finger, I'm making perfectly little round dots. Then I can go with the stick and make 2 little white dots in between, right? I just go poke, poke, 2 little dots. But you have to get paint every time because I just disappear, right? So I'm going to get my white paint. They're 1 finger apart. Maybe put 3 in the corner. 1, 2, 3. More paint. 1, 2, 3. Maybe 5 fall down the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at the last one, all ugly. Let me do that one again. Oh, you can't see because it's the reflection. And then, boop, more paint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then down the side, space, 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 space. Oh, they're ugly. More paint. But I don't put any in their belly. And nothing on her thorax. Because butterflies don't have them there. But once you put the white on the black, suddenly the black is softer. And because of the high contrast of black on white, it's so much more attractive to look at. It just relaxes the whole thing. And butterflies is a pattern we've seen before, so our brain goes, oh. Now I'm going to get my stick, not this, that's filthy, my stick, like microscopic fingerprints, and put 2 pokes in between. But I just get paint every time so they're nice and round. So I just get paint, I go 1, 2, 1, 2. But I just get paint every time. But they're not round little Hershey's Kisses. Oop. Do that one. I think they look like little diamonds. I think it dresses up the butterfly. All the angels must have known this because they did it to all the butterflies. Oh, I mean the angels who decorate. I always imagine it'll be a fun job to have the job of decorating the butterflies and the birds and the plants with pretty colors. Now, because all my paintbrushes are dirty, I have little oopsies. I'm going to get some turquoise. Fixie. And look at how much lighter this turquoise is when you put it on wet. Because what happens to all paint when it dries is darker. But I can't go up next to this the black and fix anything on the edges until black is all the way dry. Means not shiny. Like maybe in 15-20 minutes. Kate Grace did a great job. I hope you had fun. It was just an exploration. You were curious and you just watched it happen and it appeared. Now your colors are going to dry and change colors. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.